What's up, family? You know who it is. It is Elijah Best. I'm the CEO and founder of Vet Boss, and I'm also known as Vet Boss. Let's go. Today, we got my man, Coach Marquise Trent. He is an author. He has been on Netflix. This guy has spoken in front of thousands of people. He was even on the news, man. I want to be on, everybody wants to be on the news, right? So I'm just really proud of this veteran. He's an Army veteran, was deployed twice. He's out there kicking down doors and really helping people get over the blocks when it comes to writing a book. How many people have been sitting on a book for years? I've been talking to thousands of veterans over the past years, and a lot of them have been saying, man, Elijah, I've been coaching or I've been speaking for 20 years, 2 decades, so on and so forth. I know I got this book that I'm sitting on, and I just can't get it out. And I know that it must be one of the most rewarding and fulfilling feelings to get that book off of you. But not only that, he's going to talk about there's multiple streams of income you can generate from having a book. He's going to talk about the opportunities that has arise in his life from writing this book. And he's also going to be talking about how writing your book and putting that book out, he's a man of God, and he believes that could also be a part of your calling. So stay tuned, you guys. Buckle up. You already know how we do it here at Vet Boss Family. I see we already got people chiming in. And family, this is the veteran family. What if you want to do me any favor? All I ask for Elijah Best's heart is just leave a comment so we can kick it with you. This is a dialogue. I want to go back and forth. I want to know what y'all are thinking. I want y'all to ask questions. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? Sometimes you guys may be able to ask a question I didn't think about. So without more further ado, Coach Marquise Trent, what is up? Hey, what's up, person? Go ahead and log into StreamYard so we can see your name. I appreciate you for saying what's up. What's up to you? Marquise, what's up, man?
Oh man, what's the business? It is your folk Marquise, and I'm here and I'm excited. I'm proud of you for everything you've been doing, especially from one vet to another, to build a community that our brothers and sisters in arms can leverage their experiences and just add value to the marketplace. Because although we're loved, we kind of forgotten at the same time. America don't value vets, in my opinion, as they used to, but they're kind of getting around to it, man. So thanks for the opportunity.
I thank you so much for saying that, brother. And you're so right. I do feel like we're definitely neglected out here. And so I'm just really glad to have people out here sharing value, to be able to have this platform to help share value. Hey, anybody watching this, if you want to share this to other veterans, that'd be dope. Coach Marquise, you're able to see this stuff, right? How Andrew just said, what's up?
Yep, I'm looking at it.
Cool. We got everybody's giving you such a warm welcome, man. What is it?
Favor God, man. Favor
Yeah.
God.
Yep. Praise God. So
Man, I have so many books in me. Somebody said that. I don't know
yep.
who said it.
So Marquise, let's just start with Flames, man. What do you think is the biggest barrier, or what are some of the fears that people go through when wanting to get that book out of them?
Well, some of the fears, it depends on the situation. One of the biggest ones that I've seen when it comes to specifically what you said, the fears of getting it out, is trauma. Revisiting those dark places is a huge one. You know, a lot of people want to tell their stories. A lot of people want to, share what they've gone through, but some people have been through some wild stuff, man, and you really do not know what people around you have gone through until you talk to them. I'm also a ghostwriter, and I'm ghostwriting two ladies' books. But one of my clients, I was writing her book and having to talk to her. I'm like, I had to sit back a few times because I'm like, oh my God. And it's an interesting thing because one, I've been in ministry for years, and I've been addiction and abuse recovery coach. So I've had to talk to people with some stuff, and I've been in the streets. Like, I got a story. So I've always kind of been this person with a listening ear, and a coach or minister or counselor. Like, this is who I was made to be. But when I'm listening to her story, I'm like, man, she's like, I'm telling you the truth. This stuff is real. So some people happen to revisit dark places, rape, molestation, robbery, beat downs, drugs. My mama on crack. My daddy beat my mom. Like, people don't want to go back to those places once they've gotten a level of sobriety and stability in their mind. I had this guy that I know. We ain't even talk about nothing. And this is a street dude. Been in the streets, been in jail, prison, like, and he was talking to me. He was like, bro, I know I need to write this book, right? And then he paused, and his voice started breaking. He was like, but bro, like, going back to some of them places, man, like, I don't know if I could do it. And I'm like, wow, this is serious. So that's one of the main obstacles that I've seen a lot of people come up against is revisiting those dark places.
Bro, I'm so man. We're already starting with fire, man. I'm so glad I brought you on today, and I really appreciate you for bringing that real angle. That's something you're not going to find on Google. You're not gonna.
No.
Nobody ever talks about that. So I could hear that it's because you're actually in the trenches. But okay, let's say somebody they want to write the book and then they're about to go write it and they start getting triggered because all this trauma is starting to come up. I want to be able to help that person overcome that. So why is it worth it? Why is it worth it for them to overcome that?
Well, it's worth it. So let me give a caveat to
Please.
that.
Yeah.
So when I encourage any of my clients or customers or things of that nature, I say, excuse me, I say, well, only tell as much of your story as you need to provide the result for your readers. So some people, all they really want to do is do a tell-all, do an autobiography and things of that nature. Those are two different books, family. Those are two different books. If you're doing an autobiography, you're just telling it all from A to B, C, all the way to Z. Cool. But what I encourage people like your audience, these beautiful coaches, I say, hey, who is your current customer avatar and your demographic? Who it is that you serve? All right, cool. Tell enough of your story to identify with them and then jump right into the value proposition that you provide for them. You ain't got to get into the, oh, I was raped by my uncle. Oh, I was molested at the store when I went to the store when I was 12. Oh, you ain't got to do all that. You can say, hey, maybe like you, or you like me, I've experienced sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and trauma in my upbringing, but that built the resilience in me. You make the right turn off the exit, right there. You ain't got to keep going down that highway of pain and darkness. You can give enough nuggets and insight to your story that they can relate, because remember, it's the KLT, the know, like, and trust factor. Once you've established that by connecting with them, then you can begin to go down, okay, but now I help broken women to do this. Now I help divorced women. Now I help rape survivors to, so only visit it enough to connect and then go down to get off the highway of pain and to add value to your reader.
Bro, come on, man. Shit, I don't even know why, man. I'm even shocked because I knew you're gonna bring the flames, but that already just kicking it off from the beginning. All right, guys.
Awesome.
First and foremost, I love how you said that you're just sharing enough to help them give a result. There's a difference between writing an autobiography and writing a results-driven book. So I teach that, even in coaching, you want to help people with the transformation. So it sounds like you're saying that you help your clients create books that create a transformation. Now, I want to just kind of pause right there because there's so much value in what you just shared with everyone. One of the things that I think about a lot is that you have people out there like even Grant Cardone. He talks about, hey, you want to share all the things in your story. Grant Cardone talks about how he got hit in the head with a gun and his head got split open because he was into drugs. And it made me think, okay, but where's the limit? You know what I mean? Because you don't hear presidents talking about every little thing about their aunt, daddy, mom. Some people don't want to put their mother on blast. Some people don't believe in that, especially a lot of God-fearing people, which are in our audience. They don't want to be talking about their parents or certain things. But then at the same time, some people, depending on what their niche is, they kind of have to go down these roads. So I'm just so glad that you said, hey, guys, I'm going to break it down literally what you just said. Have the result, have your avatar know exactly where you want to take them, and then just share enough to help them get that result. Is that basically what you were just saying?
Yep. Because you want to be able to connect with them and share some relatability, but certain things you might not need to revisit if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Some people, again, have been through some dark stuff. So it depends on what your goal is. So I do talk to some people and they really just want to tell all. And I say, there's a time and a place for that. But if you're a coach, because I had to change my demographic a little bit. As we know in business, you gain more clarity, which I want to talk about. That's one of the main struggles for people. They want to write 12 different books, and there's nothing wrong with writing 12 different books. but let's get the book to the marketplace that adds the most value to your business and bottom line at your current goal. And then follow up with books down the road, possibly, listen closely, under another pen name. And I say under another pen name because, you know, we have this intrinsic desire. See, we're all creatives. I do believe we made in the image of God, you know, so we all of us are creators. So you might want to write 12 different books, but only 3 are common. The other 9, they all got their different places. It can seem a little mixing and troubling to your brand if I'm writing about community activism and then all of a sudden I decide to write about Bitcoin or maybe, you know, witchcraft or something like that. So I ain't saying don't write about witchcraft, but write about witchcraft under another pen name because you can still grow as that pen name. Now, if people go look it up, oh, that's the same person, that's fine. But you hit the marketplace is MC Squared instead of Marquise Trent or Elijah Best. Elijah Best, he does coaching and veteran. He wrote books on veterans. He wrote books on veteran activism. He wrote books on coaching. Now he just asked to write a chef book. No, but EBJ could write a chef book, but it's the same brother. It's the same person. So that's what I recommend for those that choose to do that.
Wow, that's very valuable too, because you're saying not that you can't do it, but if you're going to do it, you gave them even an avenue to do that. And first, let's just pause real quick. And this Facebook user, guys, please drop your name in there just so I can say your name. I just want to say your name. Marquise, how can someone reach out? First of all, Marquise is a human. So just go ahead to Coach Marquise's profile and send him a friend request and then send him a message. That is probably the best way to reach him. But that's my words. Marquise, what is the best way for them to it's Adair. I hope I said your name right. I'm so sorry if I messed it up. And it's good to see you again. But yeah, how can they reach out to you?
Nice to meet you. Well, by all means, as you said, the simplest thing now would be just to friend request me. I'm Marquise Diamond on Facebook. You'll see Marquise Diamond, but I am Marquise Trent in real life. That was a perfect example. I started doing gospel or inspirational rap many years ago. And I started going by Marquise Diamond. Then some people kind of started putting the diamond on the back. So it kind of stuck. I had Facebook for like 12 years. I just never changed it, you know. So Marquise Diamond, that's kind of a moniker that I go by that people think that's my real name. I'm like, no, it's actually Marquise Trent. So that kind of is in action right there. But by all means, just friend request me. Say, hey, I'm a part of Elijah Best's group, and I would love to whatever, and we can take it from there.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, man, there's just so much stuff that we could talk about. So, do you think that it's healing for some of these people who have trauma and they want to write a book, or what are your thoughts in that whole area?
I do. So you asked a question back earlier. You was like, what if somebody writing and they get triggered? Well, I don't need to show y'all my journal anyway, but I was looking to see if my journal was around. That could be a moment where you can transfer then from your manuscript to your journal. It's okay to cry and write. It's okay to dump your heart onto this paper, you know, because that can give you a form of relief. And in all honesty, if you find that it's troubling to that degree, that might be a time for you to, and I'm not a medical doctor or nothing, but it might be a time for you to invest in some counseling or some counseling. You know, we all have been through something. And I can tell you, when I got my addiction and abuse recovery coaching certificate, I like the business model that they have because they have you to come and see. See, we're called coaches. It's a few little nuances that divide us from being coaches and counselors. So there's a few little differences, but what we did, in order for you to become a coach and do business under them, you have to actually come and see a coach and go through the process. So I ain't never dumped my heart to another human being so much in my life. And this was a woman, which is nothing wrong with that. But it was so liberating, man. I'm talking about stuff that I've held inside for years and years and years and years. So if you find yourself while writing your manuscript, you hit some bumpy roads, find a support group. Find a like-minded support group that you can even just come and sit in. You might not even say nothing. Like people have, like a part of the healing, quick caveat, a part of the healing process is the 12-step program, but then the fellowship and the accountability. Just being in the fellowship itself is transformational. Why? Because as humans, you say, hey, I don't know exactly what, but this person understands what I'm going through. And just by me being around them with the intention of healing and growth, it's life-changing. So those would be some things that I would encourage you. If you write your story and you hit a hard emotional patch, don't stop writing the book, because some of that emotion and that pain needs to go into those words to impact your reader so they connect with you. But if it's becoming overwhelming, it's all right to pull back, do some journaling, go on the walk, go hit the weights, cry, call a friend, pray, whatever. But don't, by all means, don't stop writing that book.
That's awesome, man. So one of the things I wanted to ask, and I agree with you, by the way, is that someone who's a coach who may be thinking about writing a book, how can that change the game for a coach from your perspective?
Whew. Oh, man. So one of the, first, just to show, I'm not pushing them, but these are my 2 paperbacks. I got Weapons of Mass Destruction. This was the first one I wrote, 500-page nonfiction. Second one, Overstanding, 300-page nonfiction. And what these have done, and I wrote 2 paperbacks, ebooks. But what these have done, they exponentially, and I mean that word, exponentially grow your perceived value and expertise in the eyes of the public. I have literally seen this so many times. I took my book one time, sitting amongst some middle schoolers, dropped my book down, and I said, hey, y'all, check this out. And they look at it like, oh, I said, you see who it was written by? They was like, oh, okay. Wait a minute. That's you. I said, yeah. I'm talking about some, y'all know these middle schoolers now, they ain't got too much to say to you. They ain't trying to. I seen their eyes light up right before. And these are middle schoolers. Mm-hmm. I've had people, one time, I'm from Richmond, Virginia. You know, we the capital of the Confederate and stuff. And so I was out there looking at one of the statues, DMV forever, looking at one of the statues because I was doing some of my content. Out of nowhere, one of the top newscaster people, I forgot what they call them, the anchorman, one of the top anchormen in the city, just so happens to walk up from the left with his cameraman. And the cameraman was like, hey, bro, what you doing? I'm like, chilling, making some content. You know, I'm an author and I do stuff around the city. He was like, oh, okay. You said you're an author? I'm telling you. Oh, you said you're an author? I was like, yeah. He was like, cool. You want to talk about the statue and what's going on? I was like, of course.
Yeah.
I left that camera right there, stepped over 3-4 feet, boom, live interview right there.
Wow.
And from that interview, I got home a couple hours later, and I got a random text on my phone. I'm like, who is this? He was like, hey, I saw you on the news, and I would like to support you and get your book.
Wow. Someone from the news.
I don't know who the guy was.
Wow.
He looked me up, Marquise Trent, found my social media, rolled on there, found my phone number, and sent me a text.
Wow.
So the perceived value for your audience skyrockets because it shows that there is a level of expertise within this person and they know what they're talking about. So what does that mean to you as a coach? The more you add value from just social media and in general doing shows like this and publishing a book, your perceived value goes up so your rates can go up also.
Yeah.
For your customers or your clients or whatever language you use.
Man, it's undeniable that it definitely helps your perception, you know, at this point. And not only that, so I would like you to also touch on the multiple streams of income that are available to an author.
Let's go. So what I like to teach, I was doing a speaking engagement in Dallas, Texas in April. And you know how when you just get into flow, man, you're just in the flow. And I was flowing and I was speaking, and this is a room full of coaches, business owners, people that just, you know, looking to earn money, things of that nature. And I was just flowing. I was like speaking on my piece about writing a book. And I was like, your book is a key and a tree And I was like, your book is a key to doors in the spirit realm that are locked that you ain't open yet because you ain't got the key. And I was like, whoa. But then it kept flowing. It was like, your book is a tree. And I was like, I want y'all to think about a tree. A tree, what does it do? It provides shelter. It provides resources. It provides many different things. It has multiple different branches. All right. So the book is only the beginning, but the book is the foundation. So from the book, you can do coaching. I had never, even though I wrote my first book, my ebook in 2011, I don't talk about that one. I didn't used to talk about that one at first, but I started adding it because again, it didn't align with my brand. See? So you got to be mindful of what it is, how you show up to the marketplace. So I start mentioning them. So I wrote my first ebook in 11. I wrote my main paperback in 2018. That's when I dropped that one. After that, because I had struggled 4 years, y'all, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have direction. I watched hours upon hours of YouTube video, hours of articles, just combing through stuff like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Not to mention insecurities, fears, and everything else. So I put it down for 10 months. I put the book down for 10 months. But when I finally got around to it and finished it, I started making some money. That's when I got on Netflix in like 2019 or something like that. And I'm just moving. I'm like, man, I can show other people how to write books now. So that's where my coaching journey began. So from my accomplishment as a published author, that birthed my coaching business, which I was able to do like low end 5 figures last year as a coach. But this was my first year really taking it serious last year. So I thought that was good. Not only that, I'm able to do ghostwriting. This is just me personally. That don't mean you got to, I am a creative. I write, I rap, so I'm a creative. So writing comes second nature to me. I was able to get a few ghostwriting clients just by being an author. That's 2. Now, let me switch gears into a very important one. As this recession is on the horizon, pay close attention to this one. So I'm also hitting the gas harder this go round to get into these school systems. Talking about sending email.
There was a quick glitch in the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So I want you to start back from when you said, I want you guys to pay close attention.
No problem.
Because of the recession. Just what it got seen, right? Go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah. So pay close attention to this. This is the importance of authorship. Again, so one thing that I like to do when I teach is I build the foundation. So everything I say afterwards makes sense because everything I said before. So remember, your perceived value to the marketplace, from little children to the cameraman at the news, to the editor-in-chief at the university in Richmond when I did the Netflix, when I was on Netflix, it was a documentary they were recording. The perceived value, people never met me, is shot through the roof because I got this big, crazy book. Boom. When you go to schools and say, hey, this is the value that I bring to your school. I talk about, now we vet, so y'all already know, discipline, leadership, grit, identity, focus, mental toughness. It's a whole list of things that we can discuss as veterans for school. Cool. Ain't nothing wrong. They'll bring you in. But when you walk up and say, hey, I'm a published author, and in this book, this is what I talk about, so forth, so on, so forth, and so on. Now you got an easier opportunity to get into schools. And remember, schools have money. The government has been dumping funds into these schools for the COVID relief and community rebuilding, all these different types of things. So the funding of these schools has increased. And very important thing, I just dropped off one of my speaker one-sheeters today, and I looked dead at the lady's face, and I said, I know that they start choosing programs now. Summertime is when they start picking for the first quarter to say who's coming in, who's doing what, and they start allocating funds and budgeting for them. Excuse me. So when you start looking at recession proofing, the children going to school. Yeah. The people going to be in school. So imagine if you come to the door and say, hey, I'm a published author of this book. I also got a workbook, and this is what I'm bringing to the table. Can we discuss some type of Then you got speaking engagements, you got consulting, you got a recession. Watch this. You got a recession. Teachers, they ain't rich. So what if you came in using the key called your book, but I want to speak to the teachers on how to be mentally tough during these trying times. So even if you wrote another book specifically for them, why? Because what I teach my clients and students, I teach them frameworks. That's the difference between writing a book for somebody and giving them the methods on how to do it. Because what I teach, you can write any book anytime that you want, get it to the marketplace as soon as possible, just to meet the demand that you currently have before you. This is what I'm doing literally right now. I got some of my framework over here on this paper. I'm going to be typing and going to work tonight because I got another book that I'm about to drop to do exactly what I'm telling y'all right now for this marketplace.
I love that. I love that. It's recession proof, and because the schools are always in business. And not only that, I just want to talk about a framework. So think about it like this. Let's say the basketball coach for I don't know, for the LA Lakers, right? They're going to have a framework on how they coach. And so they're going to help people with that framework, that model that they're using, and they're going to keep putting people through it. And so if you're starting something new, go ahead and try to adopt a framework so you can kind of have some type of structure to hold you up while you're finding your own way throughout the process. That's very, very, very critical. So this is fire, man. So starting to get on time. So let me just ask. Let me see what I got. Someone who feels like they need to get a book out. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. They're scared. What are some things that you would want to say to that person to help them overcome that so they can make the decision to get started on their book? And then we got a gift coming for you guys here shortly. I wish I said that earlier, but go ahead.
Yeah. So what I would say to them, I would say, what are you most afraid of? Mm-hmm. I would ask them, what are you most afraid of? Because once you find that, you can start to deal with that. These limiting beliefs that we have in our mind. Some people say, well, I don't have the time. We got ways around that. Well, I don't have the money. Well, let's go look at your bank statement and see how much food you done ate out of. I know I did that one time, and it was like $600 in like 2 months or something. I was like, this is ridiculous. So I would ask them, well, how important is it to you to leave a legacy for your family, your children, and to impact this generation right now? Do you really believe that after all the hell you told me you went through, do you really believe that you went through all that for nothing? How much longer are you going to wait? How much time are you going to waste before you just do it? Because this is what I asked you. If I told you that I could show you a proven framework that I've used and shown other people, and we can have this thing done, and you can be published in 60 days, because some people just feel like they got it stressed up. If you can have a book done in the marketplace in 60 days, and it would be extremely affordable, what would stop you from doing it? And I will let them answer. Like I know as a coach, the power of questions. I will let them answer it. Because if I give it to you, you might have natural human resistance. But if I let you tell me, then it's on you.
Yeah. Gold. And one thing that I've heard from Jim Rohn is that he's the best, man. Is that, when you start doing the things that you needed to do, like somebody may say, I used to read books, or I used to watch motivational speaking on YouTube, and that stuff really did help me out, but I stopped doing it. And he would say, start doing it, start getting back to your disciplines. And he said that it's very easy to do. It's very easy to do. And then he said, the question comes next, then why doesn't everybody do it? And he says, because it's very easy not to do.
Not to do. When I first heard that, it was like I grabbed my face because it was like bam. I was like, oh, it's easy to do. It's also easy not to do. I was like, oh my God, man, why?
Yeah. Why? So from listening to you, I got the feeling that it's probably around the same thing, to where people wait. But once they get the ball rolling, they realize, man, I probably could have done this a while ago. So,
but this is what happens. If I may, this is what happens. When they see how easy it was or is, they feel some type of way. they be like, I just had a situation like that in my own personal life where I dragged something out for years and years and years and years and years, thinking it was gonna be like this, only to find out it was like this.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh my God, I was
Exactly.
troubling myself, risking myself, and all of this for this. And this how easy it was. It blew my mind, man.
It's the boogeyman. Don't let the boogeyman stop you.
Yeah.
That's why we got Coach Marquise Trent here. So, Coach Marquise Trent, we got a gift for everybody today. Guys, you know, I just want to really thank you for what you're about to do, because this is the veteran community, and I like to bring guys here to the Vet Boss community to get some value, right? So, Coach Marquise is doing something for you guys. He's actually going to be doing a free 3-day workshop to be helping anybody who knows that they're sitting on a book. I've seen some comments in the section. So guys, you know, here's your opportunity. If you've been sitting on a book and you haven't started writing it, hit him up. Like I said, he's a human. He's not a robot. Send him a friend request. Send him a connection request. And you're on LinkedIn too, right?
I am. I don't frequent it as much as I should, but yeah, I am Marquise Trent.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and message him, ideally on Facebook as Marquise Diamond. We got so many people here sitting on books. I'm looking
at it. I'm sitting on 3. I look forward to writing my first. I mean, hey y'all, this your opportunity, guys, gals, team, squad.
From Elijah Best to you guys, I brought him here. You guys got to do the rest, man. He's here to help you guys. He specializes in helping people. If you don't want to confront trauma, because I bet that's very real for some of you, he helps with that. If you don't know how to do it, what the steps are, he helps with that. If you don't, and then this is what's really powerful too, because I'm all here about helping you guys monetize things, right? He not only just helps you write a book, he helps you write it in a very strategic way for you to stay in congruence with your brand. Building your brand is so important today, especially on social media. So not only that, you're going to have somebody here that could help you get your book out and make it in congruence with your brand. Carl Nielsen, sorry. Definitely, I want you to take it upon you to please connect with him. He'll probably look out for you too. But guys, he's here. Just connect to him. I love you guys all. Thanks for watching. Carl, thank you so much for participating today, man. You're awesome. Andrew, everybody here, Dennis, we just want to thank you. Coach Marquise, is there anything that you want to leave?
Yeah, so as he said, I have a 3-day free challenge. It starts tomorrow. It's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Connect with me on LinkedIn, but again, as he said, preferably on Facebook, so I can keep it kind of, you know, and I will send you the link to that to get signed up. If y'all ready, I'm ready. That's how we do. Y'all see what you get in 30 minutes. Imagine 3 days, you know.
Exactly.
Imagine 3 days. I'm here for y'all, and I'm a vet brother just like y'all, so I thank y'all for your service.
Man. Thank you for your service too, by the way. And yeah, man, I wholeheartedly believe that you will take good care of these guys. So, guys, that's it. You know what it is. This is the Vet Boss Facebook group. Guys, if you want to do anything for me, just do it for the family, man. Just share this to anybody else who can have some value from this. You know, this is free content. We don't charge anything for this. He's doing a free workshop. If you found any value with this, just share it. That's it. Comment, like, all that good stuff to help promote the group. Guys, we love you guys. We're halfway through the year. Have a kick-ass rest of the year. Let's go. All right? We out here. Peace.